Welcome. There are three people, now four. So we are waiting. There are like eight people signed up for the Q&A. And today's Q&A gonna be much more simple and light. It's basically gonna be free without any topic. So basically you can ask anything you would like to. And from the next week, we have bi-weekly Q&A session based on the topic, which you can see. Let me share. So we have, let me know in the chat, you can see the screen. So we have Pavel here. Pavel, welcome back. Thank you for joining again. And RN is here, Ritesh is here. There are two Ritesh here. Are those the same Ritesh? Are those two different or you the same guy? So do share your portfolio link and your what you do and what you want to accomplish. Write it down so everybody follow everybody, and you can go to our page here. So you can, if you have ever have a query, you can reach out here. You can send the query here, or you can send the query in the chat right now in this. And we have our Q&A session, which is happening every week, possibly. And you can sign up for portfolio review. And Pavel, I remember you had a query sent a long time back and which was not answered. I will surely answer it now. And if anybody else have other query, surely send. So quickly, that this Q&A was the agenda to showcase what's coming next, because these were the topics we discussed in the previous Q&A. We are just repeating them with much better preparation. So there will be presentation and much more better links. Pavel know because he's been here for multiple times. So you all welcome. Okay, in the meantime, if someone joins, we'll let them in. So we can wait a few time. I'm just waiting. So uh okay, let me reshare if it's not visible. Maybe you joined after, that's why it was. Let me share again. Okay, let me know if you see the screen now. Okay. So yeah, so this here is it's basically it's every happening every week, but we are not focusing on in between sessions. Those will be there. I will come if other people will join. Otherwise, we'll just wrap it up. It will be mostly focused on these dates, right? So from starting from these are all topics which we've been asked multiple times, like how to build a portfolio, how what is the resume, how to find a job, and some interview questions and about and what happens in the interviews. And surely, like, you can see the topics like art test, like job offer. And so we're just going beyond uh hmm, so Aryan, it will be visible to everyone who is in the chat right now or who is in the call. It should be visible. Can you please, Ritesh and Abjit, welcome. Can you please write down in the chat if you can see the screen? Yeah, try Aryan. And guys, do share your portfolio and your aspiration and what you want to be. So yeah, probably great. So so everybody know each other and see each other and follow each other. So yeah, here so we were just discussing the upcoming Q&A agenda. It is today's session is very casual. We'll just answer the queries right now, just about Q&A, anything about career or anything in general in the game art or in games career. Right. So we have this topic. So basically, we discussed previously till we discussed interviews and art tests until that, but we did not discuss these upcoming topics. So mostly it will be we will have we this is like whole career line basically you will go through, right? So you build a portfolio, then you build a resume, and you search for a job based on that, and then you go through interviews and how to prepare, what type of questions you have, we will discuss there, and how many rounds are there, what happens in those rounds, and who will be involved. All these things we'll discuss in there. Then you possibly will get art test, and how to do the art test, and what type of art test you get, and how you should deliver. And if you ever got art test, you can discuss it openly. So you can send it through query, like you got this art test, you might have failed it, okay, you might have passed it, so you can share the both so everyone can learn from it, and we can share some examples also. But it will be great if you guys share your uh, examples so everybody can learn from it. Okay, so that we're gonna do in the art test. And then job offer and salaries, like how that also we discussed previously, but now we're going to discuss more like what is a good job offer, what is in the job offer, and how to find out what salaries we deserve, and how much what salaries is a good salary, right? And bonuses for sure. And then when you join the very first time a company, and what happens there, what is the onboarding process, and what you do there, like how when you start. So that's like roles, and then the first role and onboarding, like what how it will be and what you will get to do. And then there is like roles and levels, like what are the other steps in every company, like from medium to senior to principal to lead to AAD to AD, all the levels basically we'll discuss. What are the prospect you can look forward to in the different role. Mostly it will be 3D props and environment, but we can discuss others if you want to. So do send us the query if you want to discuss animation or tech art or any programmer maybe roles, so we can do that as well. So then comes in the good part about like how to grow in those roles, like how to get promoted. It totally depends on studio to studio, but we will discuss how, what are the strategy and what are the good things we can do to get promoted there. And then there is like how to stay relevant. So like this topic is really important because I spoke to so many friends who said like they do not feel that kick or that much passion anymore in the games or working in the games, like because they were in working as in the same job from a long time, and you see technology is improving a lot, and then things are moving so fast, it's difficult to catch up. So that's what the topic will be: how to stay relevant to the game industry, and how to keep you up to date and don't feel overwhelmed by all the things, like because we don't have to do everything, right? So that's what we're gonna discuss in this. And then we have learning and growth. That's the same part of it, the second part of the same thing, what we can do to grow in these all career. Like imagine, like it's not an end of the world, like you are not doing good in a one job, it's okay. It's not an end of the world. There are like so many things you can do beyond just a job. So that's what we're gonna do, learning and growth, what we can do. And then this topic we again discussed before also multiple times, AI in the future. So what's happening with the AI? So it's again moving fast, and so many things have happened. So we're gonna discuss, like it's every 2 months, or it's possibly in the December, right? But we're gonna discuss what happened in the AI and if it made any impact on our jobs using AI, with the companies, what they are doing with it, and what is happening with the licensing or copyright of the things. So that we're going to discuss, and then we're going to use how we can utilize AI into our workflow, and how we can use ethical AI ethically. So that's what the last topic of the year will be. And possibly if you have any other suggestion in between you want to add, we're going to repeat this next year, right? And if you have any topic, and then we'll add them in between here. Okay, so then we will make it like whole year plan basically, and we'll start the next year with best. And possibly because these layoffs which are happening, we're gonna continue at least for this year, is not gonna improve as much. I'm hearing from people and all the recruiters and everyone, but it is surely gonna improve by the end of the year. So next year gonna be much better than this year. And there are so many people who laid off are joining and starting their own studio, so they're gonna be so many uh, jobs gonna be next year, right? And so we should be prepared and we should be ready for that. And so that's what we have. All the it's mostly soft skill based, right? Not technical skill based. So that's what it is like. So we provide the technical skills, and we have some courses available which you can join if you want to. Other than that, we no force, but do join the Q&A session. It's no cost. And do send the query and portfolio review. Do join our Discord server, share your work and get feedback. It costs nothing, but everyone help you improve there, right? And yeah, so other than that, if you're interested in bootcamp or anything else, it's going to happen soon. But other than that, we'll just start with our first. I will start with the very first query, which was from Pavel long time back, and we missed it. So I want to start with that, if anyone don't have problem. And so do Aryan, welcome. Abhijit, welcome. Ritesh and Pavel, welcome again. And do share your any other query you have, just related to your career. If you're doubtful about something, and if you're doubtful about what should you do, and if you need a portfolio review, we have a link. You just sign up for that for portfolio review, and we'll happily review your portfolio. If you have any other question, you can reach out to us anytime. We'll answer to your query. And Pavel, your query was expired, unfortunately, but we didn't wanted to miss it, but it expired. So now we have updated this link so it don't expire anymore, so we can update it. Otherwise it used to expire in 1 week, so that's how we miss your query. So sorry for that, but surely I will. If you want to go ahead, like I will type in your query uh, in the chat now. Okay, and let me know if you still need the answer for this. Okay, so this was the query from Pavel long time back. Let me check. I'm embarrassed, like it was so long back. Yes, there's no date specifically, but yeah, it was few months back for sure. So what is the fastest way for me to find a job in 3D game industry as someone who would like to focus on sci-fi and fantasy content? Yeah, so uh, the fastest. Yeah, I know it all. Let me know just if you still want the answer for this. So otherwise, you can type in your upcoming upcoming query. Okay, sure, sure, awesome. So it's like two-part question basically, right? So what is the faster way to find a job in 3D game industry? Okay, and then you want to focus. So it's because this is not relevant to it, like what your portfolio is and what type of portfolio it is, because it depends on what type of company you want to work on, what type of projects you want to work on, right? So this is not relevant to your portfolio. So first, like finding the best way and fastest way to find a job is a two part. It's again like this is a long answer. We'll surely discuss in our upcoming sessions. But the best and quickest way to find is like learn the skills and build a good portfolio. Okay, and what is a good portfolio is again is a very it's a debatable topic, but it should be so how you can simply say, you look at a game, and if you can the games you want to work on, if you can deliver that quality of work for game in your portfolio, is a good portfolio, right? If it's matching. So that's why like fan art is good, always. So like imagine you want to work on sci-fi fantasy. I don't know if there is any game which is both, but like it's you have to pick. Sometimes it's better to pick one, either fantasy or either sci-fi, because in fantasy you get God of War, Prince of Persia, or Assassin's Creeds, Godfall, this type of game. In sci-fi you get Gears of War, right? Alien and those type of games. So either you have to make both of them, right? Or you have to pick one. It's always difficult somehow. Like if you are able to deliver both of them, it's wonderful. You can do any type of 3D work. So but basically there are sometimes the people are like, so sci-fi people are mostly come in hard surface, and fantasy guys comes in organic type of work if they like to do, like. So just make up like what you want to. You can do organic work in sci-fi also, like Gears of War have both of the thing, right? So you can still do that, like, but just pick one first. Pick one whichever you like the most. If it's difficult for you to choose, first see what type of game you play, right? What type of games you like and you dream to work on or aspire to work on. So then pick and make the portfolio on that first. So, like, imagine you go with the sci-fi, you make Alien Isolation inspired one, or make Star Wars inspired environment, right? And or prop, whichever you want to work, right? So make few props in that genre, and once you have nailed it, like, imagine, just think like this is gonna be the prop going to be used in the game. And there is another very fun type of exercise you can do other than fan art is like mod the game. So there are like so many games which can be modded, right? Your CS:GO can be modded, GTA 5 can be modded, and there are so many racing games which can be modded. So take the games which can be modded freely and easily. Just try to import the model in the game and play with it. Like, then play with it, make some game. That will be like add much more weight to your portfolio than just simple prop, right? So it's usable and it's level of the game, right? And that's basically part one of this of making a portfolio. And then again, if you want find a job, like that, when you nail down or niche down on your portfolio and your job search area, then basically you want sci-fi and you have all the sci-fi games are you want to go with it, right? Then you just apply there. So now what game companies want, right? Game companies want someone who can do their work in their quality and their art style, right? So that's what we are targeting in our portfolio. Okay, so that's what I said, like two different genres or art styles are okay if you're able to deliver it. So but I will say focus on one and then focus on other one. Like, it's okay, you want to do both of them, and if you can do both of them good, totally fine. Okay, you can mix the two also, but I don't know if there is any uh mixed genre or mixed game is there. If there is, just share me, I will also know that is there. But yeah, so just focus on one then the second, and for the quality, deliver it similar to the game quality, right? You can just check on art session on other art websites for the artists who are working on there. You can go to LinkedIn and add those artists and see if they have posted the work from the game. Now the community is much more open to share their work in progress in the on the art session, so you can check the quality of the props are there. Like, for example, for Assassin's Creed is there, like for Horizon Zero Dawn, for God of War also people have posted the breakdown of their props and other things, the architecture. So yeah, so just use that as a benchmark and create your portfolio best as you can. Then yeah, so that is the bestest or fastest way to find a job. Other than that, like, if your portfolio is mediocre, right, until your portfolio is not good, nobody gonna hire you, and you won't gonna not gonna get any interview. So if you're getting interview, that means your portfolio have something. You're not getting hired because your their requirement is not matching with your. So that you try to understand after that. Okay, so how to match their requirement. So that's when we see what they need, you can ask them, or you can reach out to the people who are working in the studio on LinkedIn and ask them, like, I have this portfolio, can you please give me a feedback, and I want to apply for the company, and how can I make my portfolio more relevant to be working in Ubisoft, Naughty Dog, or Santa Monica, or Rockstar, wherever, right? So yeah, so that is there. And also is like, if you can make it generic also is a much better option, like, rather than going into making it exactly look like one game. That could be your dream, but make it generic, like that sci-fi type is generic. It could be used in Gears of War, it could be in Alien, it could be Star Wars, it could be used in anywhere. It's a like properly high quality sci-fi prop or environment it is. So that's how you can make it general, so you can apply it to all the sci-fi game company basically in one go. So yeah, so that's a few tip. There is no shortcut to it. Basically, you have to put the work to build your portfolio, you have to put effort to understand your requirement and what's the requirement of the company, and you have to try applying multiple times or multiple companies and multiple jobs, and keep getting the feedback and keep improving yourself. Yeah, so yeah, so that's basically it. So yeah, yeah, just keep working on it. And so that's this is the way, right? You learn new things, you add those new things in your portfolio, you improve your work, and do not keep your old work for sure. Like, improve it, keep improving it up to your up to your current skill levels. It's never ending process, honestly, until you reach to a certain level, right? It's a never ending process. You have to keep working on a portfolio. Even seniors, even lead level people in the industry work on their portfolio. So it's like it's just our passion. We want to create art other than the games we work on. So that's the right way to do it. It's okay if it's not on the standard, it will just keep doing the work. Yeah, anything, anyone else like Abhijit, Aryan, Ritesh, you are welcome to post your queries in the chat. Anything, it could be anything, anything related to resume, career, or job search, or portfolio, anything. You are totally free to ask anything. Okay, so yeah, while we have here, like again, you can surely utilize, you can post any query like we have doing here, post here, and you can ask any portfolio review. You can post it here, and this Q&A is going to happen every other week, every second week. And here are the topics. And if you have any other topic you want to suggest or you want it to be discussed, do suggest it. We are not going to include it now, but after we have next year, we're going to repeat these topics with much more improved information and much more improved topics. And that's we're gonna do it. Maybe we'll do it by week. Maybe we do it weekly, then bi-weekly, if we had enough topics to cover on or talk about, or if we had enough people to discuss it with, so then we can make it weekly also, but other than we want to keep it bi-weekly. Yeah, so that is there. And yeah, so do utilize it and do join our Discord and share your work in progress and ask for feedback there. And it costs nothing, it just help you and it helps everybody sharing the work and asking for this. Okay, so yeah, so Aryan asked, right now, I'm working as a vehicle artist, mainly have used 3ds Max and Photoshop and Substance at my job. I want to ask how good and vast is the career as it hard surface vehicle artist in gaming industry. Every path is good, honestly. Like if you like hard surface and vehicle, like you can, pursue that also. It's not like, because hard surface is a huge thing. You can make robots, and you can make cars, you can make weapons, you can make also spaceships, you can make sci-fi buildings. Everything is a sci-fi. I know a friend who was a hard surface artist, and he was working as a hard surface character artist later on. So he made really like Horizon Zero Dawn animals or creatures or machines there are. So those are also hard surface, right? So that is basically hard surface is a big industry, and a big, not, I would say big category. So they have these niche down categories in there, like weapon artist, character artists, hard surface, or even tanks and everything. So vehicle artists can go into different vehicle also. Like there are vehicle artists who make Forza cars, type of racing cars. There are hard surface artists who make tanks. There are hard surface artists who make spaceships. So they are like very niche down in the topic also. And there are hard surface artists who only make weapons. Okay, so you can surely niche down later on. Okay, and it's surely a vast area of expertise. And for the software, you don't need anything else. So for maximum you can improve upon, you can start using ZBrush. Okay, ZBrush is a must. Okay, Photoshop, I don't know, like not every company use it anymore, only to have PSDs, because some companies have export tools from Photoshop to their game engine, so they use Photoshop still, but mostly 3ds Max. Substance is one best thing, and you can start using ZBrush. And you can also, what we promote here is Blender. You can start learning Blender, because also becoming industry standard slowly. It's difficult to learn in the start, but it will help you a lot in the future, because it can do the best of both world, best things in 3ds Max and best things in Maya. It have both of the things, and it's free. It's going to help you in the future, in the long run. Imagine for the you can see in the job posting also, every job post have Blender written in there. A year ago or 2 years ago, it was not the case. Blender was nowhere in the job description, but now every job post, which at least I'm saying, have Blender in there. So it's good to learn, because Blender has really nice add-ons called hard ops and machine tools, which are really good for hard surface stuff. And they have their new add-ons coming in top. Okay, Blender is free, but there are a few paid add-ons. They're like one-time fee, which you pay like $20 or $30. Is you can own it for life, and it just up your game so much more. And this one friend I was talking about, he works in Blender, and everyone I know are switching to Blender slowly. So it's a good to switch to Blender also. And you say, I have interest in environment art as well, but got this opportunity first, so I'm continuing here, looking to the current job market. The main thing I feel that is I'm missing on is ZBrush, because I don't use it a lot on vehicles. You have to, because it's really, as Power said, it's really powerful, ZBrush, because you cannot be an environment artist or a prop artist or any basically artist without learning ZBrush. You have to learn ZBrush at one point, because as your expertise grow, there are people who just imagine for the guns people, right? They do just make hard surface stuff. They also do this Fusion 360, right? And there is another tool called from Moi 3D, something like that. I've forgotten the name. If someone know, so there is a new tool which is like CAD for artists. Basically, it's called, yeah, Moi 3D. Yeah, yeah, and plus histories. Yeah, so these are also the tools which you can adapt to and learn to, because if you want to go the hard surface, it's okay. If you want to do the environment also, it can be utilized. You can make a sci-fi environment using that. Okay, or semi sci-fi also will work. Right? And yeah, you can utilize the same skills you have learned in your hard surface journey, and you can use that. And that's when you bring in Unreal in there. So you have to learn Unreal and one game engine at least. You can learn Unity also, if that seems easy to you. But Unreal is much more, because it's much more powerful, and it can achieve more AAA level stuff, and much more easy. It's more easy to use of my experience. And yeah, so learn that. If you want to make environment, and make environment, don't need to be shy. And you can combine this, like imagine there is a truck stand, or there's a spaceship standing in a huge sci-fi hangar, right? So you take, yeah, everything is sci-fi, so it's a hard surface. You just make everything. You like to make spaceship, and you can put a car next to it also, right? Imagine you make a Batmobile in a bat cave, full of these machines and everything. Yeah, so and you can put a, if you want to create character type also, you can make a suit, putting on a mannequin in there in the frame also. So you cover all your skills in there in one go. So you can combine these two things also. But surely environments take time more than simple props, right? And the vehicles also take times, right? Depending on what type of vehicle you want to make. Tanks and those warhead machine take time, spaceship take time. But you can take them step by step. Imagine you have an environment concept which you want to make, and you can break it apart. Imagine it have some props, some vehicles, and some architecture in there. So you make a vehicle first, you finish it to the full quality, and then you make a prop, you finish it the full quality. Like you are making the individual things, but you are making it for the full environment, which you are not telling anyone. Once you have all these props individually made, then you make this architecture piece, put everything together, and publish it as scene. So that will keep you motivated to publish small things and small steps. But it will make you will practice both of the things, hard surface also, and different categories, and environment also. But in between you have to learn ZBrush, because ZBrush you can achieve more organic stuff, and even damages and other things you can surely achieve. And yeah, just 3ds Max is fine for now for most of the cases. But whenever you need damages and more organic detail or even details, more detail added onto it, it will start to help. Okay, because you can now boolean in ZBrush, you can make a Z model, you can add more details, and you can add reverts and all those small details, panels, all that stuff easily in ZBrush without hanging or crashing 3ds Max. Yeah, so that is much more you know helpful. So yeah, so just go ahead. If you want to do environments, just go ahead. If you are stuck and if you need any help, you can surely send a query on in the question, join the Discord and ask questions there if you can. And if you don't not sure how to make an environment, join our bootcamp, which is gonna run in few weeks, which is starting. So you can join our bootcamp also. So which is we're gonna make us environment from scratch. It's not gonna be fully sci-fi. It's gonna be based on the concept art submitted by everybody, right? And then we're gonna vote on it, and whoever vote the best environment wins, we're gonna start. So not possibly gonna be the sci-fi or hard surface, it could be anything. So that gonna start uh, from there. So it's like from scratch to finish environment we're gonna make on the bootcamp. And Pavel is saying, would you consider making some more technical Q&As, for example, something fixing smoothing or semi-organic models like helmet and some chain? It's like Q&A is like, because that's what I'm saying, right? So we are keeping this Q&A is like mostly soft skills, not technical skills we're keeping, right? So it's better to use Discord's feedback channel to asking this type of issues. And if somebody not give feedback, for someone from team will. Okay, so give feedback on that. Surely we'll share some link. If there is no video or any issue, we'll record the video for you. Okay, so that's the basic one. But we strictly wanted to keep Q&A soft skill or to basically or career based Q&A mostly, right? You might have guessed it from the topics we are just discussing. You've been to multiple ones right now, so we haven't discussed any feedback or anything. So if there is any feedback, but we can surely, like, you can ask in the portfolio review, you can ask project feedback also, right? So that also you can utilize it as, you can just post in there and write down, I just want this project's feedback, what should I improve upon and what all the things I can do, I'm having this particular issue also, how can I do? You can utilize it. It's not for that, but for you, Pavel, as you are a wonderful member, you can. Okay, but best way will be to posting it on Discord, okay, and asking there what exact issue you are having, posting screenshot, and surely will help you there, whether it is by creating video or just link or something like that. Okay, yeah, surely, that's why we have Discord, right? Just share the question there also. So Aryan asked, Abhijit and Ritesh, do ask away. It's for you. We're doing it for you. So take this opportunity to ask anything you have your doubt. And surely you're learning something from the question of others, but it will be great if you share your own question, right? And or just type, I also wanted to ask the same. You already got the answer. So that is also wonderful. So Aryan is asking, I also wanted to know how vast the role of environment artists. Do they light the scene as well as the modeling, texturing, and what other responsibilities are there on? Environment artist role is the most vast role in the all artists role, right? So it is not in the lighting specifically, right? They don't do lighting. There are different lighting artists there, but environment artists do whatever you see in the scene, not the lighting but all the things. So environment artists make props also, they make buildings, textures, organic assets like trees, rocks, pebbles, and surface textures, and anything from street to rocky surface. They make mountains, they make world, and yeah, all sort of whatever you see, removing people, vehicles, uh, to some extent props and weapons, that everything you see from clouds to mountains to buildings to surface, ground, forests, everything environment artists make. Okay, so that's the basic general thing is surely vast than hard surface artist. It can go still, like it will be difficult to pick. So if you combine your hard surface skill, and then it will, nail down to mostly will be structures, right? If you say like hard surface and environment, it will be mostly props and buildings, right? Mostly in environment, because there are no rocks which are made of metal or trees or anything else. It's mostly man-made structures which are there. So if you combine these two, you have still very straight path, and then hard surface, like hard surface environment, right? So you will make on maybe make modular pieces for a spaceship, maybe make an interior of spaceship, maybe make a building, or maybe a structure. Even Horizon Zero Dawn uh, have this machine base, a caves basically. Again, some sci-fi element to it, but that's the maximum hard surface environments will get to do. But the organic stuff will get into biome artists, there are world artists, there are cyber artists, and they all just get out of environment art and get into very niche category in there. And we can discuss that in the roles also, like if you want more in there, we can discuss it in our Q&A. When we discuss the role and different steps in there, we can discuss there also, if you want to discuss the chain of branches in each of the role. Yep, so that's is there. And so for the responsibilities, they do like more, so that's what I say, like everybody, even if it's character artist or prop artist or environment artist, everyone have to make a prop. So your modeling fundamentals, your texturing fundamentals should be correct, right? You should understand the PBR, color theory, scale and proportions, and what else? Like basically basics of prop modeling should be understandable for to getting into more bigger stuff, right? And there are like character artists who make pouches or gear of a character, right? Like belt or hat or jacket. So those are also prop, but they have a slightly different approach. But it's on the base level, it's the same. It's high poly, low poly, bake, texturing, and getting into the game, right? So there is a slight differences, like sometime in environment art you don't use unique texture, you use stylable texture, so there is some techniques comes in there, but mostly these are the same. Modeling and texturing basically available, and lighting is surely is helpful if you know it how to texture it well, right? And how to make the a single object or asset properly before jumping into much more complicated assets. There are different pipelines and workflows to achieve larger level of assets, like larger scale assets basically, a more complex asset. But yeah, so modeling and texturing, use of software and everything will be same for everyone. Techniques will be basic, will be everything, but more the responsibility is the similar to the prop artist. You will assign the asset, or asset could be building, rock, tree, texture, railing, anything, could be anything. So you have to make it, and you have to decide, are you gonna use unique texture, are you gonna use stylable texture, are you gonna how you gonna do it. Okay, so that's how it is. Yeah. So yeah, so that is, yeah, a little bit of water break. Please fill in the portfolio review. We have one on a page. It's like I will send the link for the specific in there. So here the portfolio review on our page. I will post the link. Okay, so just fill in the link, go to the site and just fill in the portfolio review request, and we'll surely review it. We're gonna post it on YouTube, but we're gonna send you the drive link of the video right as soon as it's done. Okay, it's gonna post like soon after. We have a long queue of people, but we're gonna send you the video and we're gonna post it later on the YouTube. So Ritesh sent the message on Discord. He's not able to uh, write something. Ritesh, are you logged in? Like, I don't know if everybody is logged in. So, but everyone else is able to post, but we don't know. We have to check what is the issue there. Thank you for pointing it out. So, Ritesh asks, I am an aspiring character artist. I wanted to learn more how to learn anatomy and sculpting and portfolio making for the same. So yeah, so for the character artist, like anatomy and sculpting is most important, right? Because you have to get it right. I spoken to Ian Spriggs. I don't know if you know him. Ian Spriggs have really phenomenal work in the characters and likeness. Okay, so I asked him like how to learn anatomy in there. So he answered like imagine you're making face like because he's a really good at likeness. He said like when you make ears, right, if you're making ears, make tens of years, like look at an image or pictures or a 3D model or something and try to sculpt just the ears, okay, and sculpt like 10, 20, 25 years, then come to nose. Okay, look at so many pictures of noses and try to sculpt different type of noses with a different type of or different level of details of noses, right? Maybe add a mole on there or maybe add those pores in there. Okay, try different type of details in the nose. Try to make like again 10 and 20, how many of you as you can. Okay, just make noses and then go to lips. Same do for eye. Once you have practiced all these different ears, different eyes, then sculpt a face. Okay, because you have sculpted based on the references. Okay, and this face have a structure, so that will never change. Okay, in rare cases, but it will never change. So then you make the whole face. That's how what he suggested. So you do the same for the whole anatomy. Okay, and that's where I found the sketching also help. Okay, you try to sketch from a reference first. Okay, you look at the image, you sketch. Okay, slowly you will start to understand, have this muscle memory in your head, like where the muscles are. Okay, and for the how long the arms are, how long the legs are, limbs are, they are like already documented stuff. So you read good books on anatomy, you watch some good videos on YouTube on anatomy, and then go through it. But do like just the feet. Okay, just hands. Okay, do hands in different poses. And okay, do the hand, just the hand, arm and hand. Just see how biceps moves when you stretch the arm and when you make the pose, like how biceps moves. Okay, just do that practice. And that's when it have really helped to go to gym. It really helped me going to the gym and I saw people posing there. You see the muscles in there. I know it sounds funny, but it really helped understanding the anatomy from those bodybuilders, because they have these muscles and you see when they pose, then certain type of muscle build there, and the coach there, they give feedback to the builders that like this muscle should be like this, or this should be bigger, this should be small, and this is how the shapes are. And he suggests, oh, your shoulders are good, or your abs are good, or your chest is good, and there should be this features in your anatomy is good. So that's how you observe and you learn. That's basic artist thing, right? You observe and learn. So that's how you go to gym and you can observe the other people and how muscles are moving. Like someone is doing a bicep curl, and then you see and observe the arm and how the muscle is moving when they are doing the bicep curl, and then you try to replicate in your and in your exercise, in your practice. You just make biceps. Okay, from elbow to shoulder in between. Okay, and upper arm you can make simple, but just to showcase that okay, this arm is straight and now it's bend. So which will concrete your basics right in anatomy. And once you have practiced all the muscles and you have good idea, and when you are trying to make the full body muscle, like just do the torso, don't try to do the whole body. Just do the torso from neck, no arms, no legs, just chest and abs. Just do front, maybe do multiple of them. Look at the pictures of bodybuilders and shows and their photos, try to replicate their muscles, right? Do a rough work, no need to do very precise thing. Do rough work, just try to get into your muscle memory how the muscles are. Okay, and study some have and this is also good to have this figurine. There's this small 10-inch statue which is half human and half muscles basically, and you can have that in male and female both versions, and have it on your desk if you want to be a character artist, and it's always come handy as a reference in there. Okay, so a figurine is always, and there is some other figurine people have is basically articulated figurine, which you can bend and make pose out of it. Okay, so once you have it and you make the pose which you want, and then you study and then you make the pose in your thing. So once you have these all basics right, it's gonna take time. Okay, it need patience. Character artists need patience. Okay, trust me, it need patience more than anything, any other stream. Okay, I've seen my character artist friends spending weeks on hands only. Okay, and they spend time and sculpting each wrinkle on hand and each wrinkle on the feet. Saw them spending so much time. Okay, so yeah, so that's you have to you know do it. That's uh, practice you have to put. Okay, so once you have put that practice in, and it's the same as sketching again, I said. So once you draw from the reference, then you can draw from the mind, right? Because you know what nose look like, you know how it will look from a certain angle, then you can simply draw it, right? Because you have drawn it hundreds of times already. So that's how basically you get good at anatomy and basic thing. And overall, once you have all these detail, just practice proportions of full body, like how big those scale head scale, how many heads this torso needs, how many heads legs need, for a young kid, for a teenager, for a adult, for a female, like how broad the shoulders will be, like everything. Then you can practice, not in details, just a proportion side, just thinking of the head. And then once you have made bunch of that, you can you know move on to detail. You can add details easily afterwards, because you have practiced it a lot. And again, sketching will help a lot, because if you have sketched it, you know the details, right? You will know what something is wrong is there, and at least you will know. So if you are not confident, then use character creator software or anything, and then study it. Take that and study it from there. Take different pose and try to replicate the same thing in there. So yeah, so that's basic for the character art workflow. So if you want to learn, do the thing. I would suggest the same thing. I hope I answered the question. And so, guys, we have only 10 minutes left. We will be ending in 5 minutes, possibly. So, if anybody have any other questions, surely ask away. Otherwise, it was a great session. So, yeah, and before ending it, I will surely remind you once again, use our free services. This is for you. And for you only, right? We started this, people asked for a portfolio review, and we have added this, and people are asking so many questions on our on all over the place. So we have run this Q&A session. So your queries, you have question regarding Q&A, you want to add a topic, anytime you're stuck, reach out to us, do join Discord channel, ask there, right? This is for you, and take advantage of it. And Aryan asked, what are the possibilities in the financial part in the game art industry right now? In one of the good outsourcing studio in India, but a financial part feels a bit low right now. And if I want to move out of the country for better job opportunity, should I keep in mind what should I think? This I was discussing this with my old friend just today about the financially, and we don't control it, right? And I don't know what's happening. It's not in that bad situation, which how much the Western studios are. We still have enough work and enough things are there. I don't know why the financial thing is still bad there. Okay, so in the studios, why they're not proper salaries still? I still do hear in the some studios there are like really good salaries, right? But I still don't know what is the good salary. But for the in India, mostly I would give a thumb rule basically, like for the junior, half salary can go to rent. That is there. I don't know how much is there, but mostly for juniors, half salary can go to rent. For mid level, your 30% salary, 30 to 35% salary can go to rent. Okay, for senior, your 25% salary should go to rent. That's basically a thumb rule you can think of. If it's that much, then it's the same level salary which was like 4 years ago, compared to like salary also increased with the amount of inflation is there. So that's basically the thumb rule I found, which works everywhere equally. So for 50% for junior, 35% for the mid level, and 25% for the senior, for the rent, right? And out of take home salary. Okay. And yeah, and for the, if you want to move out to the country, yeah, you try it out, and this is basically you just work on your portfolio, make it as good as possible, learn all the skill as you can, and focus on a niche. A niche is much better to that. Imagine you focus on vehicles, make really phenomenal vehicles. Okay, and then you might get opportunities to work abroad. And this is not mm, clear, but you might. Okay, so that's basically portfolio and experience will get you in there. So if you have enough experience, right, 4 or 5 years of experience in there, it's not about like from 3 to 5 year of experience in good game studio, and you have game titles in your resume, and you have a good portfolio, you might have a chance. Until then, they might not. And because again, everyone hires based on the portfolio, right? And the rest of the things comes afterwards. If portfolio is not good, they're not going to even look at it. So if your portfolio is so good, it doesn't matter where you are. Okay, companies are more open to work in a, and on top of that, now there are like opportunities to work remotely from anywhere in the world. So look into that option also. So if you get to work remotely, like but not on western salary, but much better salary than what is in India, is a good option. Okay, and I know so many people do that also. And yeah, so that can sort out the financial part also. And you can always ask for freelance work, and once your portfolio is good, like imagine you become a weapon artist or a vehicle artist, you do one vehicle a month and you get paid like double of what salary you have in India. They also save money, they get good work out of you, and you get good salary being in India. And yeah, that's also a possibility. And I know people do that, but you have to be in the top 1% to be that. Okay, so not everyone gets that, but you have to be in the top 1%. You have to make your portfolio good, you have to be present, you have to be social, you have to reach out, you have to post more, you have to reach out to people. Okay, you have to be there when the opportunity comes. Opportunity will not come to you. It might come to you if your portfolio is so good. If you're in top 0.01% of artists, opportunity will come to you, but reaching there will take time, and we will not sit and wait until then, right? So reach out to the opportunity whenever you see, wherever you see it. Okay, keep applying for the jobs, and keep updating your portfolio, resume, try out stuff, and that's the way. Okay, yeah. And for the portfolio, we can surely look into it once you have this. Yeah, surely, surely. Again, like this was a really generic one. In between one, we will have this here again. I will open for most of these dates. We'll have specific topics, so we'll discuss those topics only. And in between these weeks, we might have session and might not. Okay, if we have enough people, we'll have the session. If we don't have, then at least like 5 people, at least four you are here, at least 5 people are there in those session, then we'll have it. Or if we have enough questions, otherwise we'll have a short session and just end it. Okay, we are more focused on these dates and these topics, right? Other things you can, for other queries, you can always reach out here. And for anything issue in the work related, you can reach out on the Discord. Discord link is here, and you can join the Discord and post in work in progress. And yeah, there are not enough channels, right? But if you come, we can make hard surface channel for you, Aryan, and we can make environment channel and different prop channel for different. It depends how many people are posting. If more people will post, we'll make more channel. For now, there is only one work in progress and channel. You post there and get feedback there. Okay. So that's pretty much it. And Abhijit, you did not ask anything. It's okay. If you are shy or you're not able to comment like Ritesh, just always reach out to us and ask question on our page, and ask question there if you have any. And yeah, and Pavel, thank you very much for coming in. And Aryan and Ritesh, thank you very much for here. And yeah, if anyone interested in any of our other services, welcome. Other than that, have fun, keep up the good work, and we'll see you in the next one. Discord link is on the top of the FPA page. So I share the FPA page. On the top there is a Discord link. You can join from there. It's okay, Paul. Like you can always reach out to us or Discord, or you can have a query. And okay, guys, thank you very much for being here. And it was really fun talking to you guys and answering your query. I hope you learned something new from me, from us. And for now, and keep up the good work and take care. Until then, bye.